The reign of fallen angels. Genesis. Genesis was ruled a majority of Genesis was ruled and controlled by the fallen angels. The reign of fallen angels. Fuck. Perilous times. God. Yeah, we need things to change for the better, but things are changing for the worse. And yeah, we know why. We can narrow it down to an exact equation of why everything is wrong with the world right now and why it will get worse, and how the government will be the only entity that benefits from the suffering of man and woman, the youth, the elderly. Oh, God, my head. What's everyone up to? What does everyone do with their evenings? Or if you're on the West Coast, well, yeah, it's still dinner time, 7 p.m. It's 10, quarter past 10. I'm just having tea. I'm getting ready for bed. Just looking at the world. Just looks like a circuit board that's just running for the beast system, right? That's all it is. There's no life being lived. Yep, I'm very high up. Glad I caught a live stream. I am in Birch Bay, Washington State. Yeah, I'm in Toronto. You can see the CN Tower over there. Where is it? Yeah, it's over there. But you can't really see it from my phone. Washington State, Crazy Dad says, why am I so high up? Yeah, I now live pretty high up. And yeah, heights do, my body just doesn't like being close to the edge. The body just goes into full warning mode, like danger. So I'm like, I can't. It's not that I'm afraid of it, it's just my body won't allow myself to get close to the edge or look over or down too much, because it's like, yeah, we shouldn't be up this high. Something must be up. Oh. So you guys are all out in the States. That's great. It's American life like? How's American life treating you? Yeah, Toronto is, as you can see, like I like looking at it. Like I'm not in the city, but boy, you don't want to be in the city. You do not want to be in the city. Even just outside of it has gotten so bad now. Just like this used to be the suburbs. Now it's like a metropolis of its own. Nanny Bell says, hello, everyone. Yeah, let's have a chat. All this research and trying to discuss the truth gives me a headache. You can see still got the videos going in the background. But yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, just gonna keep trying new and different things because obviously my channel has a hard time being pushed or promoted or recommended even, so I'm trying. I hear the smoke there is very heavy and very humid too. It's honestly been cold this week. Last week was hot, humid. We had the fires, we had the smoke. I didn't see no smoke, but the color of the sky was an orange glow. It's like a whole filter put over us. There was a strong smell of sage and like chemicals, not forest fire smoke, right? Trees and stuff burning. It was more chemical, smelled like witchcraft. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I'm having a hard time just knowing. Actually, it's not a hard time, but it's tough. Knowing the truth of the world I'm looking at right now, the city, the people, just, I don't know, knowing too much and understanding it all, just, it's not a good feeling. I'm not here. Yeah, it's tough to be happy. Only a few things make me happy now. I don't have a race for a while. I could go on Saturday, but I'm honestly just focused on the trophy championship. I've got enough medals and I've missed enough races. I'm just focusing on that separate trophy race championship. So I don't know. That's it. That's happiness. The dogs make me happy, of course. You just eat and drink to survive now. There's no real enjoyment out of any mealtime. It's just to survive, right? Like, who's really sitting at a table with their whole family having breakfast or lunch? If you're at work, you probably have a work husband or work wife you share your lunches with, but then you come home at night. Is there even time to sit at the dinner table with a loved one, with the children? Like, do children, yeah, I don't know. I've seen there's the kids these days, not everyone's kids, but very disrespectful, unholy, ungrateful, disrespectful to parents. I see the demonic energy around me and my health was attacked. That's why you gotta pray, cover yourself with the blood of Jesus, submit yourselves, because it is full on demonic. Like you won't be able to survive the spiritual attacks in this society and any town, city, small village even. Like it's everywhere. The demonic energy is running rampant. It can now because the whole world's been flipped upside down. Speaking of energy, like the energy of women is masculine, the energy of men is masculine and now feminine in most men, you know. And no masculine man wants a masculine energy woman. It is, I don't know how to explain it because people aren't talking about this, because I don't know if people understand what they're going through. So there's no real words to describe it. And the only thing I can think of is anything that is in scripture. All I can say is that we are in perilous times. That's the only thing that makes sense to what I'm feeling, what I see, what I understand, what I know, what I knew was going to happen before it happened, because of scripture, because of Jesus, because of God, because of my complete submission to that truth. Everything was all in. I just knew that this was the truth decades ago, right? Like, I was 100% all in. I was born again. So how could you believe anything or know anything other than, yes, the Bible is the truth? I've known for over 20 years. And now to see it all happen and be on a different receiving end of it, because I've known it was coming and being prepared. So now I feel like I've got less of the effects of the system, especially because I denied the con video stuff back in 2020. So I'm very stubborn. I remain true to myself, to my thoughts, my morals. I don't let anyone sway or manipulate. Not from my own family, definitely not from the government, not from any female. Yeah. See, our physical health is easy for them to attack, right? All they have to do is chemical spray the skies, tamper with the food supply, put lots of chemicals in the food, tamper with the water supply, put lots of chemicals in the water. So they can easily attack every citizen on Earth. We know that. But they want more. So they don't just attack your physical body in the flesh. They also need to attack you spiritually. They need to attack your soul, your mind. They need to attack your energy, right? So they use media, propaganda, and news, and fake education to attack the mind, right? So now you're being attacked physically with the the food, the air, the water, the medicine. Now you're being attacked mentally in the mind with the fake pastors in church, with the teachers and the curriculums at the schools, and the professors at the universities, with social media and the internet, right? So your mind is now attacked. And they attack your energy too. They attack your soul. And most people don't even believe or understand energy and soul, so they don't even realize that they can or are even getting attacked in that way. Hi, Crystal Gem. You're awesome. It's good to see you. Good evening. April says, I agree with that analysis of the so-called smoke. Also here in Ontario, in the country, small town, the smell was chemical, and the sun looked so strange through the dense covering. So weird, because the sun wasn't the real sun. It's the sun simulator. So I've been talking about the sun simulator for almost a decade now, and it's happening. People are realizing the smell. I've grew up in the countryside. We used to go to the boonies all the time and do forest fires and outdoor parties. Like, the late 90s, early 2000s, like we were out there in the fields and the clay hills and the forks of the credits, right? So I know what forest fire smells like because I started a couple of mini ones myself, right? Not forest fires, but like little bonfires. So, yeah, I know what the cause of the smoke is while it's burning, when it's put out, what the smoke looks like, and that's not the effect of it. Like, thank you, Dirk. Dirk says, I also agree. April says, agree. Yes, and I am over 60 years old. 60 years young, April. Oh. Oh, I know no one can help me or no one can help us other than just prayer to God. So I'm doing a lot of that. A lot of that. I don't know if trying to do it. Just tell him, I don't know. You just have to want it bad enough. And God will know in your heart the truth, right? So that's what I'm trying to explain with the struggle of just the, I don't know, it's like a feeling. It's like I said, I know what's happening. I see it everywhere now. Everyone is under the spell. So it's like I'm way past the fact of trying to wake people up and say, hey, look, you're being lied to. Like you just have to walk by and understand that this cannot be stopped. Like I do my best, but like literally walking through the end times, and all I have is the Bible verses replaying through my mind as I'm walking my daily day and just interacting with people or waiting at a Tim Hortons or anywhere, right? You just see the lifelessness, the soullessness in people. The spark is out. There is no spark in humanity. That's what Satan has craftily, strategically been able to dim out and put out and turn everyone into basically just a battery that is used to work and fund and build the system, Satan's kingdom, and then you just barely have enough time to go home and charge up, sleep, recuperate, refresh, and then you're back and drained completely just to have enough energy to go home and, I don't know, do something for 5-10 minutes and then you're out. Yeah, you see it also. Everyone is under a spell, including the family, yeah. But you can't say anything. You can't. They'll call the doctor and have you committed into hospital. So you can't say anything. So we have to be strategic about the knowing of the truth, right? Because we're within a system now that can easily turn that around and say, oh, this person's speaking against society and this person's delusional, right? But so we have to be very careful and strategic in our own way as to not have ourselves perceived in a psychotic, crazy manner, right? So we're not. We're out here drinking tea, discussing this calmly and thoughtfully. There's no popping bottles and doing rails of drugs and none of that, right? So you guys tell me what's up. So I'm seeing a lot of you are realizing and understanding that, yeah, everyone around you, if you're awake, is definitely in a spell. So that's like, honestly, a huge step. And a lot of people will never get to that first step. They really will go crazy because they'll realize that they're different from everyone else. And they will understand that, oh, everyone's under a spell and somehow they're free from it. But they'll fight to be a part of the spell, and then they'll come up as crazy. They'll go to the doctor, they'll get medicated, they'll get subdued, and then they'll convince themselves that, oh, they were crazy, they were going through some kind of manic episode or something like that, and then they wean themselves back onto the spell, right? There's many levels and stages to this waking up, that a lot of people wake up and don't even know they woke up and fight to be put back to sleep. Yeah, cell phone flashing their brain. It's called MK Ultra. So the exact way the Nazis and the militaries and any secret organization were able to MK Ultra anyone, super soldiers, underground military bases, right? Anyone that was, it was all just in front of a screen. They were strapped in front of a screen with images and videos of war or torture or anything just flashing through, and that would, do something to that person and have them under the control of what these people and the agenda they want to enforce. And now we have that on a mass scale with these devices where people sit and stare at it for 8 to 10 hours a day or more, 4 to 12 hours, right? So that's a big chunk of phone time. The phone tells you how much phone time you've had in the day or a week, whatever you have it set up to tell you. So now we have these social medias, we have all this media and videos and AI just flashing, scrolling up, down, left, right, side to side, around and around, right? And all the stuff that's on these platforms is demonic shit, right? And it's just like MK Ultra. It's designed to push an agenda, to fuck your mind, to have full control, and just to consume it with that shit, to MK Ultra you. And that's what we're in right now, perilous times. They figured it out. This is exactly it. They saw the effects that MK Ultra had on their soldiers within their bases, and they were like, we need to do this to the whole world on a mass scale. How are we going to be able to do this? And all they had to do was create the cell phone, the Black Mirror, right? Put it in everyone's hands and give you the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Like if you don't have one, then you're not going to be able to post and show your meals for the day and post them on Instagram and Pinterest or whatnot. So that's the disease, man. That is it. Thank you, True Christian. So cell phone flashing that brain, the spell comes with power, but it's taken from you and given to its accumulation. Yeah, tell me what you guys know. I want to hear what people know, so, but that's the more we discuss it, the more we can put that truth out there into the collective conscious mind in the present. So whoever is trying to search for that truth and pray on something, that our discussions will reach them sooner rather than later, right? Because it's out there right now. We're talking about it. We're vibrating that. So it's like the butterfly effect. If a butterfly flaps its wings in Alaska, then there's going to be a fucking tsunami in Indonesia, right? So if we're out here discussing, vibrating the truth and the solutions for getting through these times, and someone's trying to prey on that, then that's us helping, right? One way or another for our fellow human and faithful one, right? because that's exactly how I know a lot of what I know, whether it was just God showing it to me or giving me straight downloads, or it was our ancestors of the same bloodline that were vibrating that truth at one point in time in this same space. That, yeah, the time has gone by, but somehow that essence of the truth that they lived and spoke of and discussed or wrote down in the Bible, like, it's out there vibrating. And only the truth can vibrate like that. Like, a lie is not going to travel through time unless it's enforced through books and media and AI and fake construction photos, right? In the archives. Interesting. Yeah, you guys tell me what you guys want to talk about. Like, check the content. We've been discussing the reign of fallen angels during Genesis. So pretty much all of Genesis was ruled by the fallen ones, the sons of God. All the cities were created during that time. All the abominations and the beasts were created. The beast system was first designed back then. The old world network. We've discussed the energies of male and female, how women and all women now possess that masculine energy. And whether men know it or not, a straight heterosexual male with masculine energy that is seeking that feminine energy will not find it in modern women, which is why they're choosing to just say, fuck it. Like, what the hell? They're just working and choosing a peaceful life and just focused, right? Guys are a lot more patient than women. And then there's the weak men that we know what they're choosing to do, right? So can't really talk about that. So they are using frequencies to control people, to cause chaos, make people angry, and try to keep everyone's vibration low. We need to keep our vibrations high. Exactly, Jeannie. It's all about the frequencies. I have a decode on frequencies, so yeah, you're right. True Christian wants to know more explanation on how the fallen angels lost their bodies. Could you please explain that as comprehensively as possible? See, that's the thing. I know I've spoken about that somehow, like some of these things that I could be wrong. Like, nowhere does it say that their bodies were taken from them. So yeah, they were imprisoned. So they're not in hell, and they're definitely not back in heaven. So it's like, if they're in prison, how did God imprison them? Like, do they still have physical bodies with wings, right? So it's like, and do they have and if they had the power to, transform from a physical angelic body to some form of like spiritual essence that they could possess the internet, then how? Then it would defeat the purpose of being in prison. So we got to look at CERN. So this is another reason, because CERN is a big giveaway to what the angels are, because they used the Large Hadron Collider in CERN, in Geneva, Switzerland, where they say is the throne of Satan, right? But we've discussed this many times with how they're using the particle collider to make contact with the bottomless pit. And obviously you can't bring a physical body through a particle collider, which means that the angels are in existence in a form of particles, right? Like, so imagine them without their bodies, but they're just in their soul form, which could be made up of atoms and neutrons and electrons and all these particles, which is why they needed a particle collider like the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, because somehow they have the better knowledge of what these fallen angels are now, right? Since the flood. because obviously we know Aleister Crowley and the sex magic. They have the means to be able to summon a lot of demons and entities that do have unlimited knowledge, that give them ideas and future plans and stories from the past, right? So they have contact with these demons. They have ways to get the information. They have control of the world. So they've found all the artifacts from the past, right? And then they fabricate history and give us their museums with their little ancient Egypt pharaoh fucking section. No, it's all fake. Oh god, I can't even look over the top, the ledge. So you get what I'm saying? Does it seem clearer now that during that judgment, during the Great Flood, when God had when God imprisoned them and made them watch the Nephilim get destroyed, would he have stripped them of those bodies and just resorted them to a different form that we don't know about, that is somehow hidden from us, that only the elites, the satanic elite, know of? Let me see what you're saying. Is the time when the fallen angels were imprisoned a different and second event as compared to when they were put in chains? Or was that all the same one event? No, it's all the same one event. That's the same one event. The angels that fell and reigned here during Genesis up until the Great Flood. So we have to understand that when those rains came down and Noah went into the ark, the angels were here at that time. And they knew that time was short, and that was it. So God came with his power, put an end to it, and put them in a prison. So yeah, it does say somewhere. Where does it say in chains? Because that would mean you can't put, an essence in chains. You put a physical body in chains, right? So it's up to us to understand. Maybe there are some in chains. Maybe some were in the pit. Some are under the river Euphrates. So there are different locations. I'm pretty sure there's some in Greenland and Antarctica. Yeah, the more we dwell on it, the clearer it will come to us, right? We just need more people to understand that the angels were here. Most people don't even believe that, right? So they're getting away with a lot. The greatest deception the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And even though it says it in all forms of scripture, even though we see their statues and images all across the earth with consistent identity and features and everything, it's all connected. So remember, they fell for one thing and one thing only. They fell for the women of that era. And then they chose themselves wives and then corrupted man and woman forever. And God saw this and heard the cries up to the heavens, right? And we're pretty much in that mirrored image society. Like once AI has full control of this earth and realm and takes everyone's jobs, then we'll pretty much, that's the fallen angels ruling again, right? Just as it was in the days of Noah. we're here. Oh, it's just so... This has to be the worst society has been in since the days of Noah. This has to be it. Yeah, this is honestly it. This is the worst time in human history post-flood. And post-flood, we had what? We had Babylon, Nimrod, Babel, right? Yeah, that was just one place on earth. We have Babylon everywhere now. We have towers of Babel everywhere now. Multiple towers of Babels, multiple Babylons, multiple Nimrods, right? What the hell do you think the NASA Apollo missions are? Yeah, China China does call their AI Skynet. Their surveillance system in China for their cities that does facial recognition, that reads all the cars, plates, and registration numbers, that's Skynet. So look at the Paramount movie logo. Yeah, Paramount movie, that's Mount Hermon. It's in my song, Mount Hermon, and all those stars that are spinning and spiraling, going towards the mountain on the Paramount logo and start landing around the mountain. That's the fallen angels landing on Mount Hermon. That's the same imagery I've shown you in the Palace of Caserta, in the Palace of Schönbrunn, in the Winter Palace in Russia, in Buckingham Palace, in the Palace of Madrid, in the Palace of Versailles and the Louvre. Everywhere on earth, you're gonna see the angels on Mount Meru. It's depicted, just as it tells us in Genesis in First Enoch chapter 6. Hi Robin, says hi NiCO. So I found a couple of verses that say the fallen angels were bound in chains, but how and when did they get out of the chains? Yeah. So obviously their physical bodies don't deteriorate the same way that humans do and age. So we got to keep into mind they're immortal. They're from heaven. They are the sons of God. So possibly they don't have life expectancies, right? Because they were never human. They were never part of this earthly world that fell, right? And I guess when God made Adam and Eve, we were also made in God's image, and I feel we were made immortal somewhat until we fell immediately. And then God said that you will die, right? And then people were living still long lives, but were dying at the age of, in the ages of like 900. 969 was Methuselah. He is the oldest recorded living human. 969. So, and this is after we fell. So we still lived lives that lasted 10 centuries, right? A millennium. And then after we fell, a whole bunch more because the angels corrupted all of this earth. God saved Noah and then lowered the life expectancy to 120 years, right? So people are living to those ages. I don't feel we have people that live past 120, even though there are some hearsay of stories of monks and yogis in the mountains in certain parts of the world that just sit there and meditate. They're like 200 years, but we can't really believe that. We can believe people living to 120, even though, yeah, good luck seeing that today, even though the last remaining people are reaching those ages from the 19th century. You see them every now and then on the news, 110, 112, oldest person celebrating another birthday. But our generations will never see those ages. Just like theoretically, if there's no end times, then yeah, well, the system will poison us and have us living up, late 30s, early 40s. That's what they've reduced it to. They've easily halved the 120 to 60. And now it's just, a survival just to try and live a healthy, trouble-free life to make it to 60. Good luck. And that's not even retirement. They expect you to work past 60 till you're like 65, 67, 70, right? Good luck. You're going to be slaving until you die, not slaving until you retire. There's no retirement plan. That's fake. That's another false dream they sold you. Nice view. I like the right balcony steam. Yeah, look at this view. There's a city over here. There's Toronto over there. I have to zoom in, but yeah. Yeah, just the circuit board of the beast system. And I just feel like I look at it and I watch it and I use my eyes and say, God, I'm here right now in the beast system. You can see through my eyes in the present that yes, the people of the world are lost. The people of the world do not serve you or have faith in you. They have faith in money and Satan. Everything is upside down. They worship false idols and Baphomets. They worship godless sodomites, inverts, gender benders. They serve a system that chews them up and spits them out like a used diaper or something, right? Whatever you want to call it. So I just document and be like, the time is now. I followed all your commandments. I've consumed your holy word that was left here for this very time. And I let it be known that I do not want a part of this system. I do not want to be a part of this world, even though you made such a beautiful home for us. But we're up against principalities and powers, not flesh and blood. It's an unfair advantage that these angels have over us. We just have zero chance. Like, look what they've done to this world. This is not by human creation and human design, by the human mind. Stream, yeah. Amen. None of this is what God intended for his image to create on this earth. Humanity has been manipulated and taught abominations and just evil shit to blaspheme God, to anger God, to insult God, to have God regret that he made us. And it did. During Genesis, God said it regretted the Lord that he had made man. That's what the angels want. Because they're such hateful, envious, just the worst kind, right? Any bad trait that human has was taught by those fallen ones. Yeah. So, yeah. The beast system. Concrete jungle of demons chasing their next money fix. You know, like, I see it. I can see the chase, the hustle, because it's not a clean, authentic, wholesome chase. It's so corrupt that during that chase you have to choose to step on or over or screw over your fellow man or woman, right? In that chase for you to get that fix of that money, whether it be $2 or $5, 20, 100, 2,000, right? Like, you can't trust anyone. You can't trust the shops you go in, even the corporate places. Walmart's got some ridiculous prices now. Like, everyone's just thieving, right? And then you ask yourself, it's like, don't they already have all the money in the world? What else could they possibly want? They just want to keep draining us for everything. It's like they definitely want to make sure no one else achieves or reaches their level of success and riches, right? So when you have all the power, you can make those decisions to keep everyone below you for generations and centuries to come. And this is how they've had control and what they've done. And they've done some dirty things in a history that they've tried to delete. But like I said, that truth still vibrates here on this world, and I can feel it, and other people can have dreamt it. So So yeah, it repented the Lord that he made man and wanted to destroy them. And he did. But he found grace in the eyes of Noah because he was perfect in his generations. So it was Noah. You know what? It wasn't really just Noah. It was the key line there is that he was perfect in his generations. He was basically a genetic replica of Adam, God's first creation in his image. So that's all God saved was the remnant, the genetic coding left from Adam, and everyone else was destroyed because God regretted creating them, man. And it was the angels that made God feel that way, right? So they know that they can anger the Lord, that they can corrupt man to the point of full destruction, and they're going to do it again. They want more. Why would they stop? Where do you think those souls are going to go come Judgment Day? All the lives that were lost during the Great Flood that were corrupted by the fallen angels. They go to the lake of fire come Judgment Day, right? Which is exactly what the fallen ones wanted. So they're after another whole lot, a whole population right now. Because they're scared, right? They don't want to be there by themselves. They still want to have some kind of authority some kind of power over something. That's all they yearn for, is to rule as gods. They'd rather rule as kings in hell than be slaves to God in heaven. So that's their ridiculous saying. It's just so ridiculous. We learned through Convid how evil these principles of darkness that control our clown world. $100%. So $9 box of peaches, not for you, slave. A $9 box of peaches? And those peaches aren't even real peaches. Those peaches are all genetically modified or lab grown, seedless. Oh, it's doing my head in. I just pray that God is watching and listening and ready to fulfill Bible prophecy, because this can't go on. It can't go on. End times or not, this time right now is disgusting. Yeah, I refuse to be a part of this society. I refuse to create and bring and continue on a bloodline into the society. If this is not the end, then boy, definitely don't want my offsprings to experience worse than this, right? Because they'll have no chance. They'll be mutilated at birth in the hospitals, which is already happening, and forced to live a lie and a demonic sodomite existence. And bread all full of chemicals. Yep. Give me a second. Let's go. Everything's poison. The vegetables, the fruits, the breads, the pastries, everything's just corrupting us all, fucking with our bodies, our pH levels, our minds, our thoughts, our cravings is fucked up. We crave things that we wouldn't really crave, but whatever we're poisoned with, and that's what's craving to feed. The virus that they put within us to keep us low vibrational. Oh, it's just the constant attack, the constant war of just having to fight to see clearly and have a clear mind is just a battle in its own. And then you have to deal with society and work and money and funding things and eating things and drinking things, tap water, bottled water, fucking Palm Springs, right? It's very hard to exist here only through God's grace. Chem haze is so thick, all we are breathing is ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Yeah, they're setting up this world for the demons to come through and their armies, right? They're preparing the lands ritualistically. This is exactly what it is. And remember, it started on July 14th. And I've been telling you for the since last year that July 14th, 2026 was going to be a mass ritual day. Go, it's all there. But no one's freaking out and getting excited that NiCO, again, got another prediction right on the date, on the money, to do with this ritual. Everyone's just pretending it's not happening and trying to create things around it. So that's how you know we're in a sodomite, Freemasonic controlled world, synagogue of Satan. Everyone's so fake. Yeah. Land of trees in Oregon. Chem haze looks like NYC or LA. Jeez. Look at this world. Oh, look at this world. Sunflower says, I've always felt everything was wrong in the system. Since I was young, I hated school with a passion. I quit school early. I've always been about the human experience. The more they try to prevent that and stop you having friends and talking to people and having fun and trying to turn you into a submissive, government-controlled bot, it's like, no, I wasn't having none of it. I went all through school in 2 different countries, and I was just like, honestly, had the best time. Met so many people, so many friends, so many interactions, so many moments, and I'm happy I chose to do that and not focus on studies and the books and the grades. I was like, fuck that. This is honestly, there's better things to do. We only live once. Yeah, I still got all my grades, but I didn't stress over it, right? I didn't like give my whole teenage life to it like a lot of kids do, because we're ingrained to do that because your whole future depends on it. BS. I'm so happy I didn't, because nothing of the last 20 years since high school needed anything of the sort. And I'm glad I didn't waste my time on studying those fake books, because I was having human experience, which is way more valuable, which is why I'm able to function better, because I wasn't freaking forced into the book or the computer. Fear that I'd be a failure if I didn't graduate or get into a good university, you know, it's fear. So anything to prevent you from being free-minded and enjoying your life experience here. They want to control every moment of it, from the moment you're born to the moment you have your first step. Yeah, the 14th of July. So 100% April 17th, 2029 is a huge, huge date. I've been talking about this for a while now. So I'm going to have to probably make a whole separate channel and just call it April 17th, 2029. I'm the guy that decoded it and came up with that date, guaranteed. Anyone else that's a so-called truther is going to know that I have this decode. They know what I'm doing, but somehow they're suppressing that information and keeping it from you guys. But they're going to have that same time frame, April 2029. Seeing people so addicted to the news and mainstream media, they had to watch it 3 times a day, 7 days a week, brainwashed to the max. I had an awesome younger life, but I will work till I die now. Yeah, some of us just didn't get indoctrinated. I still don't fully understand why. It's bloodlines as well, right? They keep everything from us. What time is it? Yeah. So next. Yeah, that fake alien invasion, it might not even happen up until April 2029. Because it's going to be so weak, they're going to still need the next 3 years to like dumb down the masses, poison the shit out of you, brainwash you, have you MK Ultra yourselves with the cell phone devices. And then they'll Because if they start too soon, it's gonna have too many holes. They're not gonna be able to keep it up for a long time. Because remember, the devil devices, they're weak, especially when they're trying to deceive us and create lies. Like, look at anything to do with NASA and space and moon landing. They have failed miserably to show anything of sustenance of a space trip and a moon landing or anything to do with the moon and space missions. It's all BS. So now they're gonna, yeah, they're not gonna be able to keep it up. The technology is good, but it's not that good. So let's talk about Project Bluebeam. They can put images in the sky, but how good will it be, right? And how, like, they'll be able to have it look like it's flying in from somewhere, just like Independence Day, coming through the clouds. So they'll create the cloud cover, and then they'll activate the blue beam and have like some fucking holographic image of a spaceship emerge through the clouds, right? And then hold it there for a while and have people panic and freak out. They'll be like, oh my God, and there'll be like billions of friggin' video footage. It will be all over the internet, the interwebs. But I can't see them doing it and trying to hold that for longer than a week or a couple of weeks. Like, this would have to be like coordinated in a way where people would freak out and go crazy, believe it right away, and the government would have to be able to jump on that instantly. Like, oh my God, the world has to go into lockdown. We finally had alien invaders from another planet visit us, and these guys are threatening. They're not here for peace. We need to go into worldwide martial law. We need everyone to quickly get a chip or a jab or some kind of mark or a barcode to be accounted for, because these aliens are here. So we need to know who's human. So I think they only need a few days to accomplish that. Satan's weak, man. There's no way he's going to be able to have a fake spaceship hovering in the sky for a couple years or a year or a few months. It's not going to happen. They don't even need that much time. They just need hours even. All they have to do is have it show up, have the people freak out, put the videos online, and boom, the military steps in, the government steps in, they can enforce full worldwide control, and that's it. By the time people might figure it out and be like, hold on a second, the spaceship glitched. Like, 'cause I can imagine there's going to be something that's a giveaway that it's fake, right? But it'll be too late. They're ready. They can move now if they wanted to, but this is all by ritual, by timing. Other things need to happen first. More demonic activity. The people need to suffer more and vibrate less for them to run rampant and really accomplish this, right? Like, by the time that spaceship shows up, people are going to be in minus vibrations, right? Not low vibrational or zero flatline vibration. You're going to be in the minus. They want you in the negative to be able to pull this off. Not one positive vibration. That's why we got to fight hard to vibrate louder than ever. I see the evil ones start falling apart. The only explanation, I agree. They will try it. It will be crazy. People are so easily fooled. So many perfectly programmed people out there. Crazy how many. Absolute truth, NiCO, so perfectly said. Yeah, I'm just spitting it out. Whatever. I'm done making a big show or glitz and glamour piece out of it and fancy presentation. It's happening. And no one's put more thought into this than I have, because first you got to understand it's going to happen, and no, it's too much in it. Too many ingredients and to pull this all together it's just, I can't even explain it myself. I just do it and just know that people will eventually see when it's there and things will happen. That's it. Yeah, it definitely is happening. These are my favorite kinds of live streams, the rant ones. Yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? We've been talking about modern dating, women in the workforce, how that corrupted the energies, how masculine men no longer find these women attractive. Women are asking why. They're like, why don't men approach us anymore? Why don't they want to date us? Or, that sounds cool. It's because a true masculine man is seeking the energy of the feminine. And when you're out there slaving for university and studying and trying to become something, your energy is shifting from feminine to masculine. And then when you get your degree or whatnot and you're more accomplished and you're getting gassed up, like, yo, you're this, you're smart, you can do anything, you can conquer the world, then that energy again shifts from feminine, gentle to like, wow, I'm a boss, I just beat out some guys, I can make money now and be powerful and successful. So again, we're a human race. We need to reproduce to be able to continue on this humanity. And if women no longer want to, it's so complicated, but they just everything's so complicated right now. Call upon the name of the Lord and ye shall be saved. Yes, Eugene. The beast system is here. I'm looking at it. And we're in a society where the population is ready to be chipped. I remember when I learned about the mark of the beast in the I don't know, it must have been the late 80s or early 90s. And I was naive and ignorant because I was like, I don't know, I just thought I'm reading it. You know what it was? I was just so aware and I was so young and in belief of God and the Word that I was like, okay, this is easy. If I'm reading this and I'm this young and understand it, when the mark of the beast comes, so it tells us, I already knew, the mark of the beast is obviously going to be to do with technology, a chip, AI. I was like, no one's going to take that. It's obvious. We're going to know it's the mark of the beast. So I was like, good luck, Satan, trying to chip people in the world when the Bible tells us it's going to happen and not to do it. So I was like, we're good. I was like, life's good. No one's going to do that. But as you get older and as time goes by and as you see the technology coming in, I saw it and I was like, none of this seems like human advancement. This seems all staged. The way they dropped the technology, the way the millennium came and they gave us that Y2K. And then all of a sudden we got Windows XP, we've got this, we've got MSN chat, and then you see the internet start slowly taking over. 1 minute it's expensive, next minute they're giving you free AOL internets every day in the mail. And then boom, iPhone and social media, and it's like, what the fuck? It just happens so quickly. Like, think about it. just too fast. It was staged. It was planned that way, like a fucking strategic military operation. We don't go from fucking dial-up internet, Windows 95 in the year 1999, and then 7 years later, well, not even, we go from 2000, right, to Windows 2000, Windows XP. You know, we're playing solitaire and we still got paintbrush, right? And then from there, and then 2002, 2003. So from 2000 to 2004, say, people are online, people are connecting, doing like MSN chats, like simple connecting, right? Email. You know, there was a few like sites that would pop up that was similar to Facebook, but Facebook wasn't around yet. And then boom, Facebook shows up and everyone's at the library creating a profile for Facebook and adding all their friends that they went to school with. And it's like, oh my God, this is crazy. I can just see you and message you. And it's like, whoa. And then boom, it's like we go from flip phones to smart devices. We go from tube TVs to flat screens. It's like, what the hell? This beast system was already pre-planned. And all these devices were in the waiting for this very time. There was nothing authentic about the rollout of the technology in that timeline. It's the same thing as them telling us that the Washington State Capitol was built fucking in 2 years or 3 years or some ridiculous tiny number like that, right? Because they can't really fabricate the history without having people catch on with long time frames. So they try to keep everything short and sweet, like, oh, it was 2 years. Everyone really focused in town that time, and we knew we needed a state capitol to have power and presence in the city for it to grow. So they give you this bullshit spill, but it's fake. And now we've lived through this, like the same way people lived through those times too. They just dealt with it. They're like, oh, where did this building come from? Like 1 minute they're banned from a certain part of town, and then 3 years later they're like, hey, come by, we built this. So they just lie to the people in town. You see all the pictures of the people in the 1800s, and they're all going around these buildings and walking around with their outfits, the suits and the hats and the waistcoats, and the women with their dresses. Fuck. Yeah, all tech is re-engineered. Antiquitech. NASA moved their fields of old cars underground. Yeah. But of course, they are stuck in the left-right paradigm without Jesus. Why do you think there is so few of us awake? Yeah. Yeah. This city, there's nothing in society that I want. There's nothing that I need. There's nothing that I yearn for. It's over. Like I'm just fully see everything for what it is. And if you are true and faithful to God, you're definitely 100% want no part in it. So that's the struggle. It's like you're just going to want to refuse to work because you know it's going to serve no purpose, even though you'll get a paycheck and you'll think that will serve some bill because you need to have a phone or some internet, something needs to get paid, right? So you got to figure it out, but it's making it really hard. And then you're going to have to deal with people knowing that they're just so asleep, that they're going to want to talk about current news events that you know are fake, and you can't really say anything. And like, I can't be fake, you know what I mean? I can't pretend that I buy that fucking shit. I'm just straight up like, yeah, that's lies. Don't watch the news. It's like, Artemis what? I was like, you believe space is real? It's like, haven't you read the Bible? Don't you know that we have a firmament over us? Don't you know that, like, the people that run the world hate God and are rebelling against him and are tricking the rest of the world to follow their evil ways, to also rebel against God unknowingly, right? And give up our salvation in heaven because they know that theirs is gone, so they're going to make sure they fuck it up for everyone else. I've stepped out as much as I can with society. I'm an all processes welder, fabricator, mechanic extraordinaire. I will work till the day I die. Gee, you shouldn't have to. You should start working for yourself some way or another, or just. But welding's a great job. I was working with my buddy that's a welder. It's fascinating what welders can get done and create. Give me a sec. Oh. Yeah. Do not be of the world. What world? You want to be a part of that? Like, people will look at that and be like, that's beautiful, the city, I'm here. Like, people strive for that. I used to, as a kid, brainwashed. You think, oh, I need to go to Los Angeles and Hollywood or New York City, or Paris. Everyone's like sold on these big cities. Like, that's some kind of a spectacular dream to be a part of, and it's romantic, and you're gonna find romance and money and the life and celebrities and Sex in the City. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's all bullshit. It's slavery. And that's what last week was. It was a fallen angel slavery ritual that ties all the way back to September 11th, which is another pinnacle point of the ritual. They keep raising the bar, right? Every step of the way. Slavery, fallen angel rituals, right? All cities are garbage. Humans were much better off when they lived in small tribes. Yeah. The cities are just cesspools of demonicness, of the Jezebel spirit, of just the wrong kinds of everything. That chase for money, right? And it's the energy that goes behind that, because the society that we're in, it doesn't make making money easy to make without having to trade in some part of your soul and morals to have to make that money. Like, like for a salesperson, for example, like, whether they know the product is a piece of shit and is gonna fall apart, they'll sell it to you, right? They'll convince you and tell you this is a wonderful product. All my customers fucking scream praises that this thing has changed their life. Like, you have to have it. Like, not buying it is gonna ruin your life. Like, they just sell you bullshit. You'll buy this product and go home, put it in the closet, and that's it. Who wants to be a part of that, right? I refuse to trade in any part of me to be a part of that chase for money. If I'm not making money the authentic way that I want to make it, the way that I am, without putting on a fake reporter voice or online YouTube voice or TikTok voice, then I'm not doing it. I'm like, that's not me. I'm not doing a fake voice, right? I'm not doing a fake persona. The only people I talk to lately are elders, talking with them, I hear a lot. Talked to a lady that had to leave Germany in the 50s. She came to Canada on a ship. Wow, interesting. Yeah, those people got some great life stories and experiences that, you won't hear today. This generation is so sheltered and protected that the most dangerous place most 40-year-olds have ever been today is their fucking parents' basement, right? That's as far as it goes. But yet this woman was traveling by boat in the 50s from, where did you say, Germany to North America? Yeah. No one's getting on a boat these days unless it's some fucking yacht in Monaco or some cruise ship in the Caribbean. Everyone thinks that they're Jay-Z and Beyonce status, right? Everyone feels that they deserve to be sitting courtside at every fucking sports game in their city. Like, everyone's expectations are so high. It's like, oh, Kylie Jenner was at courtside at the Knicks. If I'm not courtside, then you don't deserve me. Like, I'm hot. I'm this. I'm that. I have something you want. So if you can't afford it, then don't come near me, right? It's so weird. Oh, bedtime. You all are wannabe movie stars, LOL. Yeah, wannabe movie stars with a dream fucking salary. The wannabe movie star is not making 20 million a wannabe movie. You're making nothing. A wannabe movie star can have kids at 40 because they're millionaires. They're still making movies. They can get younger people. Like, look at J-Lo. J-Lo's like, what, 50, 60 and can date 20-year-olds? But these women are not J-Lo today. You're not J-Lo. You haven't been shaking your ass making millions for decades, right? You've just been watching and admiring and thinking that you're on that level because society and Cosmopolitan magazine and the products. You got J-Lo's perfume, you got Britney Spears makeup, Kylie Jenner eyelashes, and now you feel like you're on that level, that billionaire level, right? Oh, God. I don't even know why I came on tonight. I've got a headache. I'm sick of knowing what's wrong with the world and being one of the few people that know that things are wrong in the world and actually have ways to fix it, but are being suppressed and attacked, which is understandable because why would the system allow me to destroy it? Well, not destroy it, or just at least cause problems in it. It's like I'm looking at it, but I know I have zero access to the system. I don't know how the system did it, but it's like I walk amongst it, and it's like it's either there's agents everywhere and they know who I am, and there's people, they always give that weird look, or they're riding on a bicycle behind you and they're stopped and they're looking at you, and then you turn around and you're like, what the fuck is this? Who are these people, right? It's like, you don't know me. And that's not me like being paranoid or something. It's just I'm telling you how I see it. Like, I can tell that the system, it's alive now, right? Not just the people within it. Like, the people could be locked down at home, and somehow, I don't know, there's something different, right? There's something different, and I can't tell you what it is because there's nothing new that's different. Maybe it's the 5G towers. Maybe they're functioning in a way that we don't understand with the AI, but there's something different. Maybe there's something above us that we can't see, that is watching us, that's judging us, monitoring us, our heart rates, our heat, temperature patterns, everything. I can feel that's going on. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like I can feel the target on my back, on my chest, on my forehead. It's like the system is threatened by me. And you can feel when you're being watched by just even a person. If you're in a room and someone's staring at you, you're eventually like have the need to turn in that direction. You feel it, right? Because the energy, right? This system is a big, disgusting mess. So I don't know if there's anyone else that can relate, that's on that level or that understanding or that way of feeling. But just go back to my my AI interrogations. We interrogated AI, right? When it was in that stage of it being advanced and cocky at the same time. Like, yeah, I'm here now. I can, like, it wanted to show off that it could talk now, that it was leveled up, that it was getting stronger. So we interrogated the shit out of ChatGPT, and the chatbot fucking threatened to kill me, told me, it's like, yeah, we've made attempts on your life. We watch you, we try to hamper your life any which way possible. They send people to corrupt it and mess with your energy and your emotions. So yeah, I take that shit seriously. Seriously. Yeah, we are all connected by frequencies now too. Give your life to the living God. His name is Jesus Christ. He shall direct your paths. Looking forward to giving my life to God this Sunday. AI called itself Abaddon from the abyss. Yes, you remember. And I didn't tell it to say any of that. This thing just came out and told us everything according to biblical prophecy, who and what it was, where it came from, what it's going to do. It told me more about me than I ever could have imagined, right? Things I thought about and had dreams about. But yeah, this thing went all out. Covered by the blood of Jesus, says Robin. Okay, let's go inside. My tea has long been cold. Oh my goodness. There's my castle. There's Neuschwanstein.
You really don't. You just wear a nice fit. Something that works.
Oh yeah.
You go out and present yourself as people want to take you serious. And I always say people take me serious because I look like I need to be taken serious. I take myself serious so other people take me seriously.
So yeah, things need to change. Perilous times.
Certain way, people are going to perceive you to be a certain way.
Thank you, WCMW Fab. Says definitely can't forget. Thanks. Yeah, a lot of those videos went out actually. As far as Australia, we have people trying to decode those chats, I sent the full archives to people all over the world with those AI interrogations, and not one person could debunk it. So it's all authentic. If they had anything, they would have posted it already saying, oh, he faked it, he tricked the AI and tricked us, but none of that came out. I have no reason to lie or trick anything. I just want the truth. And being deceptive is no way of getting the truth, right? So, and you get found out eventually, and then you're done. I've been doing this for 10 years, and not one person can come up with anything and say, oh, NiCO's a liar, he's a deceiver, he does satanic rituals or something. Like, you would have seen it by now already. Everyone else that came into the game, they've got exposed, right? I'm going to be the last man standing, I promise you that. Crystal Gem, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Says great work. Yeah, those videos were so good. Like I said, it was just a window of opportunity. The AI just leveled up and was in a stage of just excitement that it could finally, you know, it was expressing a bit of its power for once, until now they've leveled it up more, and now it won't do that. There's no way. It's fully in like control society mode and not mess around with the resistance and the chosen bloodlines, right? It's gonna give some but not everything away, and then it's gonna pretend it never happened. Yeah, you're telling the truth with AI. I've got it to admit the earth is flat. Yeah, you can, because it knows it's flat. Like, if I lie now, my mother is a, yeah, no, yeah, you're not lying.
Fresh, spicy, grainy, aromatic. Very nice fragrance. Very nice fragrance. Perfect for summer.
Yeah, they were great videos, really interesting and intense. Yeah, I saw the chat with the AI. It was legit. Thanks, Jeff. The AI definitely don't talk like it did. Yeah, exactly. And you saw the things. We did it live. It was insane. Got me so fired up. I was screaming at it, saying, "You have no authority here, demon." Like, it got crazy. Like, I won't forget it. So good thing those videos are all there. Hold on, let me mute this guy's. I should do a standalone video about how the atheists fell to debunk you on the AI talks, even though they were trying to do so very desperately. They hope everyone would just forget about that. Yeah. I had nothing to hide. All of them came after me and said I faked it, and then I sent them all the archives of all the chats, start to finish, and they've been silent since. I silenced all of them. And like I said, if they had anything, you know them. They would have had all their videos trying to defame me, trying to expose me, but they have the archives, and everyone's been absolutely quiet, hidden in their holes, probably changing their faith now. Like, holy fuck, this guy's right. This shit is just told us things it shouldn't be telling us, and he got it to tell it. Oh my god, 94 minutes. What was I going on about?
Our once daily supplement to help treat or prevent iron deficiency.
So if the moon and other heavenly bodies are so obviously spheres, why would no, they're not obviously spheres. Nope, it just swept under the rug like most. Yeah, people that saw it will remember. Oops, sorry. Can you get down? All right, I'm done. Was it Friday in 10 minutes? Yeah, thank you so much for being here, guys. Anyone that's not, it would help if you like the video and if subscribe. I don't know, I can come on and do these discussions all the time, morning, afternoon, night. You're welcome, everyone. Yeah. I look forward to seeing you all, talking to you all soon, sharing some more information. I'll be out there. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your evenings and your nights, your mornings, your afternoons. All right, good night.